Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.
When you're not home, I'm so alone. Soon you'll be here, and when you open up the door, come and lend me your ear.
Hey guys, Matt from PunkTV.ca. I'm sitting here with Keaton Simons. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Great, great. So how's everything been going? Busy?
Great. Yes, busy. Extremely busy, and that's how I like it to be.
Right.
I'm like, I just want to always be working.
Right, yeah, that way you kind of go insane if you sit at home and do nothing.
Exactly.
So, let's talk about Can You Hear Me Now?
Yeah.
Can You Hear Me, I'm sorry, Came out June 10th.
Yes.
How's the fans' reaction been going? How's the tour been going? Let's talk
Everything's been going great. Just like steadily building and building and building.
Right.
You know, I'm really starting to feel that build. I'm starting to feel it kind of working.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And when you're touring, you know, how do you keep yourself motivated? I'm sure it gets tiring, and you know.
I mean, it gets tiring, but I'm doing what I really, really love to do. So it's not a struggle for me to motivate.
Right.
Really, you know.
If you know, I'm glad you're not doing something where most people are doing. It's just trying to get by.
Right,
you know?
exactly. No,
Miserable in cubicles, it's just not gonna work out.
I know. Or even happy in cubicles.
Definitely. So when you sit down to write an album or try, you know, to be creatively inspired,
yes.
What's that process like? How do you?
You know, I think like with whenever I'm trying to do anything, I just shift my focus entirely onto that. When I'm writing to make a record or something like that, I just stay very sensitive. You know, I was trying to stay very observant and very sensitive to all the things around me, and you know, I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of just the sounds in the world around me, and I try my best to kind of get in touch with myself, because the biggest struggle is to really be able to put oneself down on record. You know?
Definitely, and even put down your thoughts on paper. That in itself is definitely. So you live in LA, filled with musicians, of course, and actors, and people who want to do it all. Do you ever struggle and try to keep your music unique, and how do you keep that?
You know, I do. Well, I'm born and raised in LA, so I have kind of bypassed a lot of the crap that you know, I was, you know, born and raised through it all. You know, so it's like none of it is so crazy spectacular for me. You know, but the way that I do that and try to stay unique is just basically by strengthening my own kind of unique self, and not trying to completely reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to bring as much of myself as possible, and that to me is kind of like the one truly unique thing that all people have to offer.
Definitely themselves. Yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it. And being a musician, it takes a lot of self-discipline. So on tour, do you go to bed on time and wake up on time?
No, I'm bad with certain things, but I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I don't do anything like that. I've, you know, for many years now, I've been totally, you know, not with any of that stuff, and I'm telling you, man, on tour it makes it so much better.
Really?
Yeah, because I had, you know, a long time ago, when I was still like drinking and stuff like that, I did some touring, and I just remember being so tired, and then like people I know who do that, like even like drinking coffee, you know, just kind of like waking up and being like, oh, I don't drink coffee either.
Oh wow, you would think it would have the opposite effect, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean, just because it's you know, sometimes people become dependent on it. You know, like they're not awake until they get it. And the thing is, I don't want to be dependent on any external factor in order to be okay, be ready to go, be motivated.
At the same time, it keeps you healthy, because I know on tour, you know, a lot of bands do get sick, and they do that. I'm sure is a.
Well, I definitely do. Like, I definitely stay a lot healthier than most people.
Right.
Although I did, in one attempt to stay healthy, just the other day, I was running around in a parking lot, because you know you sit a lot, and because you're driving a lot. And so whenever we stop for gas or snacks or whatever, I always just start do some running around and stuff.
Yeah,
and like, so I was doing some
energize
running, and then our drummer Darla was like, "Yeah, I'll run too." And so we both started running, and then I started doing sprints, and she was like, "Oh, let's do some sprints." And then she goes to do one more. She's like, "I'm gonna do one more," and I was like, "Ooh," and I got it in my mind like, I'm gonna race her and win. And I just totally ate it. Like I'm
Are you serious?
like I'm getting it's better now. This was like I guess it was a couple weeks ago, but it's on YouTube.
Are you
The fall.
serious?
Yep.
Yeah, they do. Well, I know they do. The good things get better for me and you. And that's true. You know it's true. 'Cause I can't get enough of a good thing. And I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough.
So trying to stay healthy is definitely an important thing, but you got to be careful out there.
So you got some war wounds going on.
I got a few, just pure clumsiness.
So you've been on plenty of long and extensive tours, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep yourself busy when you're on the road?
It's hard to have downtime on the road. I mean, honestly, like, it's easy to stay busy.
Oh,
on
really?
the road. For me, at least. I mean, I'm fortunate also that I have an amazing team behind me that's kind of always looking for opportunities and different interviews and meetings and radio and TV and all this kind of stuff for me to do. So it's it's pretty much every minute of my time is accounted for. I mean, of course, there are like 13-hour drives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But dude, we have portable TV players.
Sweet.
I got a wireless anywhere card for my computer. I can get wireless in the van anywhere.
Right.
I got all these little brain building games on my iTouch. Dude, those are the best. I do that.
You
for
got the
hours and
entertainment
hours.
set up then.
Yeah, we're good. We got it all.
Sweet.
Yeah. So and then of course we just like talking to each other, writing, just making jokes, listening to music, turning each other on to different bands, different albums, comedy, lots of listening to and watching a lot of comedy stuff. I mean, it's just I've been fortunate that like I've all the tours that I've done have been with people that I really dig and like are friends of mine or become friends of mine, and it's just like you hear all those horror stories about the road and everybody hates each other and they want it's I haven't experienced that.
Right, and that's great because imagine 13 hours with somebody you can't stand.
I know. Oh, in a van like this close to them too.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
hello, I don't like you.
Yeah, I won't kill you when you're sleeping.
Exactly. But I do like you.
Thank you. So, I mean, you've worked with different artists as well, like Mars Barkley, Snoop Dogg. If you could work with one of your heroes, who would it be? Of all time, anybody.
It would have to be the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I could work with John Lennon, that would be amazing.
That'd be legit.
Yeah, I'm a huge Beatles guy. But also Jimi Hendrix. If I could do if I ever had the opportunities, I've been so influenced by him as a guitar player for my whole life. And just like when I first started playing guitar, I was just just idolized Jimi Hendrix and his playing and stuff, and just to be able to like hang with him and go, oh, that. I mean, just yesterday I went on YouTube and I was watching Hear My Train A-Comin'. There's this old footage of him playing that song just solo on a 12-string acoustic guitar, and I've always kind of played it and faked at it, but I wanted to really sit down and just figure out exactly what he was doing and stuff, and and so I'm glad that we have that type of technology that we can actually kind of do that kind of thing, but man, how cool would it be to just be able to sit down and be like, oh, I get, because when you really sit down with somebody, you see what they're doing.
Definitely.
You go, now I.
And to learn from them and bounce ideas,
exactly.
Damn, that would be cool. And have you seen Love, the Beatles?
I have, absolutely.
Oh man, I saw that last one. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they do. I know they do. Good things get better for me and you. Well, that's true. And it's true, so true. Good things get better, I know they do. Yeah, they do. I know they do. I know they do. Good things get better for me and you. But that's true. And you know it's true, you know it's true, you know it's true. Good things get better.
Rock! Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.